Satan, no. I like that song. What is it? Demon stop,
I've never heard
It's
that
a song, a house song. Demon stop, don't stop.
I love it.
Demon stop.
Welcome to my human design experiment.
Hi. Hi, Adyr.
Hi. How you doing, darling?
Oh, life is going. Thank you for coming back to Mystical Mac.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So we're recording this, and the lunar cycle has already begun. So let's talk about it. Let's just dive right into it.
I was going to say, are we diving in? All right, let's dive in.
Dive it in.
Well, it's actually a very good one. It's new moon in Virgo. Now, generally, new moons are basically the time when you are starting fresh. It's like a reboot. Go from the beginning to the end to the beginning of the cycle. This one is basically whatever you've manifested in the prior ones, because it is an Earth new moon, which is under Virgo. The Virgin. Oh, isn't she pure? Isn't she beautiful? She's a whore.
The Virgin.
So, it's under Virgo, which is trine with Uranus, because Uranus is in the Taurus right now, in retrograde.
Oh.
So here's what's going to happen with this. Okay, let me get this right. Let me clear things out first. If y'all don't know what a full moon is and why it's black, it's because it's
a new moon.
It's a new moon. I'm sorry, the new moon. It's because basically the sun and the moon are kind of like conjuncting in a weird way. So there's no light reflecting from the moon. So it's new.
So we can't see it.
Fresh. Unlike this dry shampoo I put on. I just tried dry shampoo today, everyone, and it's not. I don't like it.
To be fair, it never really worked with my hair, but I know people who just swear by it, so maybe it's a hair texture.
Well, you have thick hair like me, so I think if you have thick hair, it just
sits on it.
Yeah, it's like my hair's like, oh, this isn't going. I'm just gonna keep it. I want a wash, so I'm gonna make you hate this so you can thoroughly wash.
So dry shampoo is like the full moon.
Yeah, it's like the full moon, and the real shampoo is the new moon. Pretty much. Anyways, so whatever you've planted right now. Mm-hmm. It's time to. This is the time right where it's starting to germinate. Germinate.
I do know words, and I do know that word, but not today.
I think it is germinate.
Okay.
Let me look it up real quick.
I wanted to say this is when you start to cash in on some of those things.
Germinate.
That's the word. Oh. It listened to me as well.
Oh yeah, germination. Okay.
Okay.
I was right. Look at me. I'm smarter than I actually think I am. Yeah, it's germinating. So whatever you've manifested in the prior ones, like when it was in Leo and when it was, or your full moon in Aquarius, because some people, technically you can manifest whenever you want. But the best time would be within the first 3 to 4 days of the new moon. That is the time to do it. But right now, it's basically whatever you've manifested. It's time to look back. It's kind of like when you're tending to a garden.
Yeah.
You got to go back. You got to feed it. You got to make sure it's okay. But right now is the time when you get to see a lot of fruits of your labor. When they're ready, though, however. If it's ready, you're good to go. But right now, if it's still doing its thing, you might have to wait a bit. But right now is the time when you look back and you realize, oh, I have been doing what I've been doing. It's like a back reflection. And since Uranus is retrograding, it's kind of like looking back on past innovations, because Uranus is the planet of innovation. Mm-hmm. So you have these two going on, and they're both trying with each other since they're both earth elements. It's a good time, especially right now, to go back and check on boxes, finish things you haven't started.
Finish things you haven't finished.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait, is he saying something that I'm supposed to catch that I'm not catching?
I think my smartness left at germination. Germination, and then it said be done.
I knew what you meant.
done.
Okay, so tie up loose ends, essentially.
Yeah, tie up loose ends, check boxes, because Virgo is an earthly element. So it's a lot of earthly things, like checking on where my house is cleaned, organize my house, organize my drawers, get things organized, check the boxes, clean it up to your liking, because right now is the perfect time to do that.
Yeah.
Don't do it next time. Right now is perfect because it's the Virgo, she's what? With the type of the Virgin type, very analytical, very like stuck to a structure. That's what the Virgin is. You know, I want to stay pure, so this is what I have to do to be that virgin. I gotta do this, I gotta brush my hair, I gotta put this on, I gotta make sure my shoelaces are tied in a certain angle and left foot forward first and then the right foot after, because that just makes sure that I'm alive and I'm not in a dream state. You know, all this stuff. So that's what's going on right now.
Okay.
But whatever you've stopped doing, because I know it was Leo season before, and it was a new moon in Leo last time, right? Yeah. Everything was in the air. Everything was like, party, you know, I can meditate later. I can do my vision board later. It was a lot of things that would benefit your soul in the past new moon was put aside. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, and we've talked about it earlier, are like, oh, I haven't gotten that. I got to get back on track with that.
Yeah.
That's what happened in that last time, because a lot of people were putting all that stuff aside, and right now is a good time to catch up. So if you stopped on your vision board, go back, or just add to it. Add anything that you want to put on there. You know, go back to meditation if you stopped. If you're learning tarot cards and you've stopped because you're like, I just want to go out and like drink and point at people and laugh, and now it's time to put that finger down and pick up these cards. Or, you know, if you were playing a video game, then you're like, I got to the last boss, I'm done with it. Finish it and find that fucking ending till you see the end and realize if it was worth playing or not. Little things like that. Nothing huge like, now it's time to get my Oscar. I mean, unless if you're an actor and you're big and you're already up in that tier, yes. But simple baby steps, like, I want to clean out my closet, get rid of what doesn't serve you. You know, I'm ready to, you know, plant some gardens. If that makes, plant some seeds and create a garden. There we go. Now it's time. Keep it simple. Nothing big. But right now is, because it's an earth right now. And we're in Virgo season, so it's like a triple earth going on right now. One more thing. Mm-hmm. I forgot to mention, which just clicked to me right now because I have my little voice. So don't forget to tell them this. We're in the shadow phase of Mercury's retrograde, so keep it very simple.
We're in the shadow phase of
Mercury retrograde.
We are. Ooh, I had a feeling Mercury was retrograding. Mm-hmm. I never know for sure, but
not
I
yet.
Know.
It's not direct yet.
Oh, we're shadowing it. Okay, we're close to it. I knew something was up, guys. I knew it. You know what happened? This is how I knew. It's the dumbest shit ever, but it's funny. Ready? I did one of those things where I took an unintentional nap in the afternoon, and then I woke up with cramps, and then I tried to like sleep it off, and then it didn't work, and that's when I texted her being like, Adyr, I can't record. Anyway, I wake up like at like 2 a.m. or whatever. I want a Baja Blast Freeze from Taco Bell. I go to Taco Bell.
I have never had a Baja. What is that?
It's a slushy, but like, so Mountain Dew has a contract with Taco Bell that they are the only ones that get to serve their Baja Blast drink. So it's a type of Mountain Dew drink. It's phenomenal. It's blue. It's terrible for me. But
does it make your tongue blue?
No.
Damn it!
I know. It's light blue. It's not dark blue because it's like a tropical sort of drink. So anyway, okay. They make a slushy version of it. That's the Baja Blast Freeze. I really wanted to get it. There's a Taco Bell like very close to my place, and their systems were down. They couldn't take credit card orders. Mercury retrograding oftentimes means technology freaks out, right? Because communication. So anyway, this is not the weird part. I'm like, okay, cool. A Taco Bell is down. So I'm like, okay, I'll go down the street and get like a mango slushie at Jack in the Box.
Oh, they do slushies at Jack in the Box.
It's not a slushie, it's a smoothie. They advertise it as a smoothie, but it's like, it's not.
It's a slush.
It's a slushie. Like
they just pull a lever.
Yeah, Jack in the Box is not making
Oh, do you want a
smoothie.
smoothie? Let me get you a smoothie with mango. Oh, they probably make the blender sound.
I hope they're not trying that hard. And if people expect a smoothie from Jack in the Box, that is on them. But anyway.
Sorry. Here's your smoothie. It took me forever to smoothen out these frozen mangoes. Freaking lever. We're that fast. Fast food, fast blending. Jack in a Box.
So I think to myself, right, I'm going to go down the street and get myself a fucking Jack in the Box smoothie. Okay. And Jack in the Box's credit card machines are down too.
Really?
And I'm just like, wow. So my first thought was like, is Mercury about to be in retrograde or is it right? So it's about to be. That is hysterical.
Well, if you got them in your shadow, then it shouldn't be that bad and direct for you.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like, if you get it right away, you're better off getting all that shit done in the shadow. So when direct comes, you're already like, bring it on. Bring on the rain. I got my umbrella. I already know what's coming.
Yeah.
You know, and then after that direct, there's the third phase of the shadow, which is another shadow phase for 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
And then we're golden. But because we're in the shadow phase, which is going to go straight into direct right after, with all the other retrogrades, there's just backwards. The fucking universe is backwards right now. God. So thank God for the Virgo new moon in Virgo season right now. Not to mention you have Uranus in retrograde on an earth sign. I think it's Taurus.
Oh God.
Which is like a good grounding sign amongst. It's a grounding fixed, and Virgo is immutable, I think.
Is it? I don't know.
No, it's cardinal because it comes in right at the beginning of fall Virgo, right?
I don't know.
Oh my God. It's always mutable, cardinals, and fixed always get me confused.
Point being, though, that...
Well, whichever one. You have a fixed, and the fixed is always a good one because the fixed always seeks balance. So you have the Taurus fixed in Uranus, I think. I think it is Taurus. That's really seeking the balance of this innovation. Mm-hmm. So with Virgo, on Virgo season, you got like a lot of like, okay, there's grounded energy amongst this chaos.
Right.
So thank the gods or God or goddess, whoever you worship or believe in, for bringing that right now because... For example, had it still been in Leo, we would have been fucked.
Yeah.
We would have been, like, if you were trying to knit a scarf, you're just gonna continue with one little knot, frustrated and crying, wondering why doesn't this fucking work? And then you're gonna go to the kitchen, get a Pop-Tart, and the toaster's gonna burn it, and that was your last Pop-Tart. And then you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to get a mango supreme, whatever the hell you called it, at Taco Bell, and then get splashed on by mud or trip on someone. I'm not gonna say shit on a bird because as upsetting as that is, it's good luck. Have a squirrel shit on you.
Oh God.
And then make it a Jack in a Box credit card problems and realize nobody takes cash anymore because it's all Illuminati digits.
I actually
that would be like Leo, but because you have Virgo, it's like boom, boom. There's chaos. People are running. Zombies are running out everywhere. And you're like, all right. Let me check if I have my gun. I do. My shoelaces are tied. Yes. Oh, good. The running shoes. I got my running shoes on. Okay. I have my locks. You're prepared. You have You're grounded.
You got the stuff.
You got it, basically. So, good.
Okay.
But right now, like, all in all, though, right now is a good time to check on your manifestations. This is a good time for the manifestations. This is where they're going to start growing because, like I said, when you plant your seed, it needs what? Earth.
Yeah.
For it to grow. So, you have that coming. You have it all going. And it's a good time to just backtrack on things that you've learned or what you've done and just double check on things from the past. Not like he broke up with me and this is what, no, just like, what did I learn from that experience?
Yeah.
What and where am I now? What am I now? Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, what are you now? I hope you're that mutable.
I'm not human.
Human?
What are you?
I mean, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, well, basically, it's just all that.
Yeah.
Right now is to evaluate what you've learned from everything that's gone through, especially during Leo season on a Leo new moon with Aquarius as a full moon, which is like a room full of people that hate each other in a weird way, to like going into the second part of the house where it's calm right now amongst the kids yelling in the background. Yeah. That's what it is. Here's a good analogy. A mom or a dad in the patio having a beer, drinking a coffee or a tea, looking at the scenery, and inside the house you can hear the kids screaming over a controller and whose turn is it on the Nintendo Switch game. That's the scenario. I just grabbed the air. You see that?
I saw that.
That's
it. This molecule.
That. Pretty much.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Very. No, like I'm just gonna let him talk because like he's gonna give it all to us and then we're gonna talk about it
in some weird manner.
No, and it's funny because everything you're saying, like, and I'm sure that this is, true on some level for whomever is listening / watching. It feels like it's all like I'm seeing stuff plop into place more or less whilst taking some steps backwards at times.
Yeah.
And that's such an interesting, for me personally, it's like a really interesting place to be. It's also really interesting because like I just had my therapy appointment before coming here, and yay, telemedicine. It works for me. I love that I can
Is it in person or?
No, it's over FaceTime because she's got her license in California, but her dude's a football coach, so he transferred to New York for one of the teams.
So she's in New York now.
Around there, so she's around there. But anyway, we're just talking about, she was saying you've reached the next chapter of your healing journey, essentially.
Virgo's new moon.
Right, and that's like that. She said that exact sentence due to things that I shared and kind of like what those things represent in my journey, and it's interesting because it's the first time in my life where I feel like, okay, I'm gonna take something specific to make this make sense, right? My content, this podcast specifically, I've been putting work to sort of like figure out what it is and in turn who I am. And it's funny because I thought like, wow, I nailed it with Mystical Mac. Like I just nailed it. And then I've found myself having this sense of like not being the most motivated I could be because in a way I felt sort of like I was a fraud. I'm like, but I'm not Mystical Mac yet. There are so many ways that I'm,
yeah, but are we ever what we become? We're always evolving. I
mean, for sure. And I'm not saying that there's an end goal. But for example, I will be way more Mystical Mac when I feel emotionally and psychologically ready to have a child. You know what I mean? Like, am I going to be like a beautifully fixed, like never changing human? No, never. That will never happen. I will have to die out of humanity before that happens. And even then, forever changing. But you know what I mean? Like I am working towards something. And so I came up with this idea of, well, what if I call it embodying Mystical Mac? And my brand gets to stay Mystical Mac, but my podcast gets to be called Embodying Mystical Mac. Okay. And now all of a sudden, I open myself to be this flawed human, which, you know, so silly that I even have to do that. But
there's nothing wrong. I love being flawed. Flawed is so amazing.
Nothing wrong with being flawed.
It's an adventure.
But when you have perfectionism trauma, that's like a very big step in that journey, you know, to like really accept that. And so I've made this decision very recently, and even did like the photo shoot that I've been trying to make happen for 2 months to redo the album art of my podcast. I'm gonna look at this in a second. He pulled a card for me, and it's funny. It all happened this week, right? The photo shoot, my idea of like changing it to Embodying Mystical Mac, and weirdly enough, for the first time, I'm like really excited to get to the mic. Like I'm gonna talk about how I felt about Shang-Chi, the new Marvel movie. Beautiful movie, loved it.
I haven't seen it yet. I was gonna see it, but then I fell asleep.
I will tell you guys, because you're amazing, loyal listeners, I'll give you the title of the upcoming episode, and it's gonna be Shang-Chi. How Marvel Shang-Chi encourages us to unite the yin and yang within ourselves.
Oh, I can go off on you.
So, like, but I'm really excited to, like, get to this episode, and that is never something that I've never not felt resistance when it comes to my podcast, and it doesn't surprise me that this next chapter, you know, this next chapter is happening after the water-like cleansing of the Cancer lunar cycle, and then the fire blazing of the Leo lunar cycle, and now we get to Virgo, and you know, it's almost like I thought I planted these seeds on barren land, and it turns out that those seeds actually went really a lot deeper than I thought, and I'm starting to see the sprouts. And I encourage you, the listener here, the watcher, if you watch Marvel's What If, or you're the watcher.
Oh, I love that show. I just finished watching the new one.
I haven't seen the third one, but I had to watch the Doctor Strange one. And it was so good. But anyway, the watcher, you guys, like I encourage you. Where are you seeing seeds, or rather sprouts pop up from seeds you thought were sowed on barren land? Where are you seeing shit pop up that you're like, I don't even remember planting that there, but there's like this vague thing in there, you know? And like Adyr is saying, like, where are you able to embrace the energy that is Virgo, that is Earth, which is this energy of, like you said, the parent who can take a deep breath on the patio and trust that their kids will figure out the remote thing.
Yeah.
You know, like in the house.
That's the easiest analogy.
It's a great one.
Yeah, I'll tell you this though.
Oh, here.
Oh no, that's for you.
Thank you.
No, since you were talking about it,
you have to explain it to me. I got judgment while I was talking about my journey.
Rebirth.
Oh, look at that.
Rebirth.
Love it. Okay, go on.
This is your card. It's rebirth. Look at it. Who is it? It's Christ, and he's.
Oh, I like him. I love.
And it's like
Jesus
the people are resurrecting. You know. So basically, when you were talking about yourself right now and how you were saying that it's time to embrace the new you and all that, this card fell out. So yes, it's true.
Love this.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you. Oh, here for the viewer.
Oh yeah.
Hope you can see that. Yeah.
I like Renaissance style art, so I found this deck.
Sick.
And this is beautiful. And I was just like, I connected it a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the other ones. I had like those crazy funny captions, which were cute.
No, that is like one of my favorite decks. I need you to send me the name.
Mood deck?
Yes.
Yeah, it's called the Mood deck.
The Mood deck. Oh god, it's so funny.
Oh yeah. But then this one, I don't know. I'm like, for me, it's easier to grasp the picture because it's so rich. But,
yeah, no, for sure.
I was gonna say, I guarantee it during this new moon season, a lot of y'all are gonna be like, I need to finish that one thing. Oh, you know what? It's a lot of that. That's gonna be hitting up a lot. Oh, you know what? I need to start meditating again. Oh, I should start journaling again. Oh, you know what I haven't done in a while? Vision board. It's one of these times right now where the version's like, it's time to go back to basics or what brings the child back in you.
Yeah.
Like, it's time to come back to that.
I mean, it's been time to come back to your inner child, though. I mean, it's
gonna be a minute. With all these retrogrades, give it some time. I would say 2022 would be the best time. But this is like Virgo season is right now is kind of like you're at the door.
Yeah.
Ready to open for great changes.
Yeah.
If you're willing to accept it. You're right there. That's what it is.
Yeah. And let's see, I feel like I had something to say and now it left me, so
that was yours. Sometimes when people when I listen to people and they talk, I'll just shuffle and whatever falls out. I'm like,
yeah. No, for sure. I even like too how in this card, right, like Jesus is coming out of the tomb or whatever, and the little angels that are lifting up the lid are like looking down into the tomb, even though he's already risen out of it, as almost like there's still something left there.
Yeah, it's a fishing pole. It's that angel double checking. No, there's no.
And it's like,
I think it's empty now. I love how my angel's really gay.
it's done.
It needs some color.
But I mean, I actually like when I saw it, I thought like, it's almost like a reminder to like remind yourself where you've come from.
Yeah.
You know, because like, I feel like that's how one of the biggest ways to aid in compassion, you know, and being compassionate for yourself is like the only person really that you should be comparing yourself to is yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and to remind yourself like, oh, like I've come this far or whatever.
And here's the fun part. You're talking about yin and yang, which is duality and balance. Right. This is card number 20.
Yeah.
Which is what?
2.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Love that.
According to numerology, what is 2 is like balance.
Yeah. Duality, partnership, building blocks. Mm-hmm. For sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Do we want to pull the collective reading?
Sure. What's this Virgo?
5 of Wands, the Chariot,
wow.
Justice. Okay, let's go. We've got the 5 of Wands.
This is like a good one.
The Chariot and Justice.
Okay. Whatever you're deciding to do or check on or look back on, or just even if you're right now going to be planting new seeds, stick to it. Take action. And you got Judgment and the Chariot, which are both kind of like...
Wait, you mean Justice?
I mean, yeah, Justice and the Chariot. Justice is like what goes around comes around. However, though, I take it more as a balance.
Okay.
It could, for some others, it could be like a karmatic thing too, because simply Mercury and it's retrograde. What goes around comes around. So, right now would not be a good time to communicate on a serious note with somebody, because there could be chaos.
5 of Wands.
Yeah, there's a lot of communication going on right now. Only reason why is because I'm looking at the rooster, and the rooster's really getting my attention.
Yeah.
What does the rooster do?
Goes crazy.
Screams and
reminds me of
is protective. Yeah. You know, and then you have the Chariot, who's been driven by 2 swans, a black and a white swan, which is what? Balance, duality and good and evil, night and dark. And then you have Judgment, who's got angels and demons on this side. Justice, who's got angels and demons on this side. There's a lot of balance going on.
Yeah.
So, in other words, tact is the theme for this season. Be tactful at everything you do. Avoid impulsive behavior. I'm getting some of y'all might be very impulsive. Thank goodness I got impulsive a few before the lunar cycle. Yeah, I gotta tell you this. A guy had a seizure. It was really bad.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
At the gym I was training at. So I was like, all right, so, you know, of course, when certified CPR person, I took an oath that if that happens, like to be there. So I ran over there and helped him put him on his side, made sure we don't have to do CPR and all this. Right. Seizure was about 10 minutes. I had to time it, and I couldn't do nothing about it.
You have to let it wait. Go. Yeah.
And then he was trying to pass out. We called the medic. It was slapping him to wake up, making sure he didn't need CPR, checking his pulse. The guys came, the EMTs, took him. Lovely guy too. I felt so bad for the man. And then I said, life is too short. So I got impulsive and reopened. Oh, I'm dangerous. I reopened my hole. So alternative. Had I done it probably like closer to now, I'd probably be regretting it. But because I did it before, I'm like, I'm cool with it. This is a stupid example, but I'm just saying with this right now, I think right now what I'm getting is, with communication, just if you're going to get into a dispute, argument, or any type of debate with somebody, think very thoroughly in what you want to say. Be extremely tactful because it could explode into something really bad. Or on silver lining, really bad, then evolve into something good. Because, it's the whole justice card, which is, what have you learned? What from this situation? There's the consequences, the cause and effect of it all. So from that, it could mean, the effect for you later on could be, oh, I'm glad that fucking happened. I'm glad it happened. It's made me a lot stronger, or I saw the truth in somebody. So that could happen to some of you, but however, I am getting the sense that there's a lot of miscommunication, not because of the retrograde. I'm just feeling that you have to be very tactful right now with what you think and how you say things. Because even as the picture shows, it's kind of like you got 6 and then you got 7, which is 13, which is 4, which means stability.
Yeah.
So 4 is the number of stability. So, and then you have 5, which is kind of like...
Change everything up.
Change. Mm-hmm. So really think about what you want to change and focus on what will make you stable, not on a superficial, more on an internal. What makes soul stable? What makes your soul very, very sane? I like that word, sane right now. Sanity.
What brings you sanity?
Yeah. Because you don't want to be weighing your options with... Because justice right here, it's obvious. And it's funny because I was talking about communication. She's looking at the demon that's weighing with angry face going, Satan, no. I like that song. What is it? Demon stop,
I've never heard
it's
that
a song, a house song. Demon stop, don't stop.
I love it. Someone put
demon stop. Yeah, so
I love that.
That's what she's singing. She's like trying to balance the two, going demon stop. I'm trying to keep this balanced.
Okay, so what keeps you balanced? For also to go deeper, what brings you peace? And how can you, not how can you, but think of ways that you can do that for yourself before you need it. Because that's the thing about peace is you don't know you need it until you need it. And then, before you know it, it gets right. It's harder to establish it for yourself. So personal example, I've been trying to establish a yoga practice ever since COVID, actually I used to go 6 days a week. I used to go to hot yoga, and now with schedules and jobs and stuff, it's difficult. But I shoot for 3 days a week, and I remind myself that, hey, if I do those 3 days, I'm probably going to be more clear. I'm probably going to be less irritable. There are lots of things.
You can be very clear with 1 week of meditation, just 1 day out of the week.
Oh,
it's just whatever
sure.
makes you comfortable.
Well, but the thing for me is I think I keep, for me personally, I keep my astrological chart in mind. I don't have a lot of fire. I have very little fire. So I supplement that fire a lot with the heat in hot yoga.
What more elements do you have?
I'm mostly water and air.
Water and air? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm mostly water and air. And I found, yoga is just something that if I do it every day, ideally, if I do it every day, I just feel so much better.
It's actually not bad, though, to have mostly water and air.
It's
air
not.
And water evolve.
It's not, but I do find myself just a lot more well-balanced when I have that fire. Yeah. But my point being, right, I know yoga is something that's very clear to me that, hey, if I do this thing, my sanity will more than likely stay with me and I'll be aware of when it's coming undone, as opposed to not doing anything and then realizing like, oh shit, I haven't been to yoga in a month, you know, or whatever. So that's a personal example for me. What came out? Ooh, 7 of Cups. Okay, how does this play into this?
Okay, here's the deal. The reason why I went like this, whenever I read sometimes, I get like, I'll get things and then all of a sudden another thing will pop in.
Yeah.
Like I said, the rooster was getting my eye on this one. And then I followed the eye of the rooster and I realized, motherfucker, that's what it was.
What was it?
He's calling out to the sun. The sun represents your manifestations.
Okay.
So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Okay, that's what it is.
That's what he's doing. Yeah, you're right. Okay, in the card, the rooster's like on the roof of something, and he's calling out to the sun, which is. So the rooster's over there, sun is at this corner right here. Okay, so yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well, let me get a better idea of what it means. Okay. Yes, there is going to be lots of emotional shit going on right now.
Okay.
7 of Cups alongside with the 5, that makes what? 12, 3. Which is the Trinity. So when it comes to that number, so whatever you manifested, yes, it's all in divine timing. You may be getting it now, you may not be getting it now. However, this is whatever you have dreamed of, or whatever plans you have, or whatever your aspirations are, keep them there, but also see how the cups have different things on them. Don't fixate on that dream. Like, plan it, do it, you know, and then let it go and see what it is, but still live your life. Because you don't want to be like, oh, well, I plan on opening this cafe, and then just fixate on it, and all of a sudden what happens? The 5. A lot of like, why isn't this happening? What's going on? I get impatient because I want to fucking go full blast on this chariot in a car and just get there right away. And what's Jess gonna do? Demon stuff. You know.
Yes.
Bitch, balance.
Yeah.
So in other words,
implement your goals in sustainable ways.
Yeah. Thank you. Because generally this card means there's a lot of things. You have too many, you're thinking too much. You have too many things on your plate. But in general, for me, what I'm getting from this is, it's just like, okay, what am I going to do? This is what I want to do. Okay, well, let me clean my house. Let me do some self-care. Let me meditate. Let me take care of my health. Let me go work.
Yeah.
Let me do, you know, it's just like the normal things in life that you have to do. Don't just sit there and wait. Because a lot of people, I don't understand how some people can get like that. Like, oh, the fortune teller said I'm going to be rich, so I'm just going to sit here and wait for the riches. Why am I not rich? No. Because still live life. Do what you need to do.
Well, but that's the thing. It's like it goes so much deeper, right? Because if you've got that, if the person who goes to a fortune teller and takes it that way is not going to a fortune teller to... Let's just say this. The intention is not purely to use that reading to move further along. The intention is to find something that will replace any true work or effort that they have to put in. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I get you. I'm with you because, you know, for us whom these cards and how the universe, how this particular universe works with the law of mirroring and everything, like it's been in our worlds for a long time, you know, but like shit, if I was just like a person, you know, on the street who was not aware of how this universe functions, and was not aware of stuff like this, and you know, a fortune teller told me like, oh, you'll be rich, and they unfortunately, and I think that's also on the fortune teller's parts, you know, because
I never tell people their future.
Well,
I
exactly.
can see some things, but I don't.
Exactly. It's like, well, but that's the thing. It's just like that's how you know when someone's like truly honest. And granted, the person just off the street is probably not going to attract the best of psychics, right? But like that psychic is essentially saying something like, sure, that's a probability, but like they're not informing you, or if this has ever been you, they're not informing you that you need to put in your end of the bargain.
Oh yeah.
Just because the jackpot is there to cash in on it, it doesn't. You still have to play the lottery, or you still have to play the machine.
Or a succulent will die even if you don't feed it.
Yeah.
You still have to give the cactus water. You still gotta feed it.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that can withstand fucking anything. They still need it.
Yeah, they still need water.
Yeah. I just pulled more just to get more clarity. It just clarified everything. And what clarified it the most was the 5 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords came again.
Yeah, it keeps coming, man.
But here's the cool part about it. This is past energy.
Oh, so it came.
Yeah. And the 5 of Cups means crying over spilled milk. However, this is not read as by crying over spilled milk right now. If you look, the bishop is looking at the 10 of Swords, which is the worst. The worst is over, and reflecting on what he's learned.
Okay.
Because he already has his other glasses full and ready to go, and these ones are over with and done.
But he's mourning the over with and done ones, so he can move on to the next one.
Basically learning his lesson. What was learnt from the spilt milk? Well, I know next time not to put 2 glasses in front of my feet, because it's gonna follow. I'm gonna accidentally kick it.
Very literal, but yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, it's clarifying every fucking thing that I just said. It's what Virgo is right now. It's the time, and there she is, which is funny too. Yeah. She's chilling on top of her chariot, the Virgin. And there's the Virgin.
Another one.
Another Virgin. I don't know if angels. I think angels are they're non-sexual, are they?
I feel like the Justice card. No, I don't know. Sometimes it looks like a version of Athena, but this does not look like a version of Athena.
No, I think this is supposed to be Gabriel or Michael.
Okay, there you go.
One of the two. Yeah, and even in the 5 of Cups, I'm very focused on the dark silhouette angel.
I saw that.
It's behind him. It's in the past.
Yeah.
He's not even looking at that. He's just looking at the lessons that are learned. Okay, now I know.
Yeah.
Glasses not in front of my feet when I'm sitting on my fucking chair because I might laugh and kick or twitch.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, just looking back and reflecting on what you've learned, basically. Staying grounded, taking care of the little things, finishing up what you've started. We'll finish up by cleaning the floor, picking up the glasses. Finding balance in that.
Yeah. So
whatever happened in Leo season and in the Leo moon phase, worst is over. Worst is over. And if you're still fixated on it, get over it. Move on. Let it go. And ask yourself, what is the lesson that needs to be learned from last season?
Yeah. I feel like also get back to your grounding practices, like what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
To, for sure. Get back to those grounding practices because it'll help you navigate all of this and learn your lessons.
Bottom of the deck.
Be clear about your lessons. Let's see. What is it? Knight of Wands.
That's a good one.
It's a great one.
Basically, it tells you that whatever you've planted is germinating. This is the Knight of Wands, means fast action. Things are moving. You're on a horse. Everything's moving, and it's the Wands, which some people call the dick card.
I mean, it is like sacral energy.
Yeah, it is very sacral. It's what excites you, what brings you passion, what ignites that heart of yours. It basically is, it's coming, it's moving, whatever you've manifested, it's coming. It might not be now, but it eventually will happen. And if it's not happened yet, it will.
Yeah. We've come full circle.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Adyr, thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me. I enjoy doing this all the time.
Always.
I'll tell you that every time.
Thank you. Well, I'm so excited. I'm really excited that we get to do this. And of course, we're going to put your email in your socials, in the description. So
Adyrius Leo is my name on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube. I just started it. I started it like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I'm so excited. We will put those links down below, and I'm just so excited to see what this germination entails.
Right?
Let's see what sprouts from the ground. Let's see what waits a little.
The good germs.
The good germs. Yes. Yes. And those of you who don't know about those germs, you should learn about those germs.
Oh, yeah.
Because it'll help your immune system.
Hells to the yeah.
Yes.
There's some good ones, man.
There are some good ones.
4 of coins. Hold it tight.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Any last words?
Whatever happens, remember, all in divine timing, all stuff, everything happens as a lesson. There are no mistakes and there are no errors. It's all learning experiences.
Yes. Stay mystical, stay grounded. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.